Okay, so let's start. So today's topic is about all about strings. So we will see different types of strings, escape character sequences, and much more. You can say string methods, uh, around 10 to 20 string methods and all, and how it performs in code. What are the F strings, formatted string? There are different types of string, concatenation and all, which after that uh, day two will be more clear to you. Okay, so I'll create a new file. So in Python, a string is a sequence character, and string are one of the built-in data types in Python, and they can be defined using single quote, double quote, and the last triple quote. So let's take an example. Uh, if you write hello world in single quote, it's a valid string. So, okay, we'll put a comment or valid string. If you write in double quote, yeah, again it's a valid string. If you write in triple quote, again it's a valid string. So there are one major difference when you write in single quote, double quote, or triple quote. In single quote, you can write on a single line. If you write like this, uh, just sorry. If you write like this, it's not a valid string. And in double quote also, if you write like this in two lines, it's not a valid string. So, but if you want to write a multi-line string, I'll repeat once again. If you want to write a multi-line string, you have to use triple quote. Okay. So if you're writing a code in single line, you can use single quote, you can use double quote, but you're writing something uh, in multi-line, so you have to write as in triple quote. Okay, so let's take an example where we can multi-line code or triple line code. Let's take an example. You write a code that is num equals to 10, and you want to express this num uh, for what purpose we are using, why we have written this. So this cannot be written in single line. So sorry, you can use triple quote to express it. Like, let's take an example. Okay, so as a comment, we can use this. I have used triple quote as a comment, so it's a valid. But if you want to write a shortly, then we can use like this. So this is also valid. Another way. This is also valid. Okay. So a string can be written in three formats, that is single quote, double quote, and triple quote. So let's take an example. Single, I'll create a variable. Second, double quote string. Valid, triple quote string or multi-line string, you can say. So, okay. So a string can be single quoted string, double quoted string, multi-line string, that is triple quoted string. Now we will see, uh, if you want to check, we can run this code and check if it's a valid or not. So simply we can run. Okay, we didn't get any error. This means our code is perfect. If you want, we can print also. Print, see. And one more thing I want to show, VS Code is very smart. So you can use this shortcut. Let's take an example. Uh, you type command print and you want to type this full thing. So you can use a shortcut SQS, or we'll see over here DQS. If you type DQS, it all shows the double quoted string. Then simply click it or enter, you'll get it. Same for multi-line string, MLS, we got it. Again, hello world in two lines. Okay, if you want some spaces and all, we can do that. If you add spaces, it will print like this. Now, we'll talk about escape characters. So in Python, escape characters are very, very important. So like if you want a new line, new tab, and or backslash, so there are escape character sequences. So we'll see all the escape character sequences. So first one is, let me, so first one we can say that is new line. Okay. So if, let's take an example. We have a code. Mm, what we will do, we'll write a here code and we will check with that. This is a string with the new line character. Okay. So this is our default. We'll copy it. But what if we need a new line after this? Okay. If you print simply, I'll show you. If you print it, new one. It will print in a single line. It prints in a single line. Okay, let me print it again. But what if you want a new line after this new line word? So we will use slash and backslash n. Okay, so simply add backslash n and you will see. Now if you print new line, you will see, okay, that this character word comes in a second line. Okay, so you can use decorations like this one, and if you want space you can, if you want to avoid you can avoid these spaces. So this where it will be used. So let's take in an example. In day two we have okay, this one, let's take this as an example. Okay, so we have already created a test. Okay. We will use the same code, but with name here and this age. We what I'll do, I'll use input function. Okay, so we all know that input function by default is a string. So input, enter your name. But when I write this code, input, enter your name, and run it. So you will see that the name I have to write along with this. Okay, the name. So what to avoid this, we will use backslash n. Okay, so this is the use case of escape character sequences. So it's used every time in everywhere in the code. So you should be aware what are the different types of escape character sequences. So one is new line. Let's check another one. Sorry, this that is tab. So take an example. I'll take this line only. So I'll copy it, and for tab, what if you want a new tab? So that is tabs. So new, I'll make it. I'll remove this, and instead of this, I'll use T. Okay, and run it. Let's check what will happen. So you will see that we got some spaces, or tab spaces. Similar tab spaces, what we do like this, when we press tab, we'll got this spaces. Okay. By default, a tab is of 4 spaces. If we count it, so you'll see a light dot over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So a tab contains 4 spaces in Python by default. You can, if you want, you can increase the spaces in tab. Like for example, you want 6 spaces in a tab, so you can with the with code. Yeah, this is the, you can say, beauty of the Python, that you can modify any of the thing you want. So you can customize the tab spaces in Python, but by default it's 4. So let's take in an example. You are writing a code like this. I'll I'll remove all this thing. So um, name equals to enter your name. After that, mhm. So let's take, instead of this names, I'll use fruits. Fruits equals to input, enter fruits name. Okay. So with slash n, fruits name will be printed um, line by line. Okay. So I'll copy it. I'll make it 4. and fruit, sorry, fruit 1, fruit 2, fruit 3, and fruit 4. Print fruit 1, same again. So, so the fruit name will be like mango, grape, apple, and watermelon. Okay, if you see, it's all written in a single line. But what if I need something like this? Uh, let's take in an example. Fruit equals to your entered fruit's name are, and what we'll do, we'll make it tab space. Let's check. Mango, apple, banana, watermelon. Okay, so you have seen that these are the tabs. Okay, now what if you want a tab over here? Yeah, we can 100% customize. So you can write like this. This is also invalid, but what we will use over here. Okay, so now we will remove it from this string and we will use slash tab in print. Okay, for more decoration, what we will do, we will use here slash n. Apple, banana, grape, and watermelon. So you'll see you got tabs over here. Okay. So escape character sequences are very important. You can use in print function, you can use in variable. So the question is, can you use escape character sequences in integer or boolean, or you can say uh, different data types such as list, tuples, etc. So The answer, simple answer, we'll check it. So, okay. So let's take an example. Remove all this code and simply we will write num equals to. So we'll create an integer and we'll check we can use slash n an integer. So here only you can see that it's giving an error. So it's clear that escape character sequences only works in string. Okay. So always remember that escape character sequences you can use in string only. It cannot be work with other data types. What are the data types? So in last class, we already understand that these are the built-in data types: list, tuple, dictionary, set, complex number, float, integer, and so escape character sequences can only be used in string. Okay, so uh, let's check another one. So now the next one is carriage return. What carriage return does? Carriage return character moving the cursor to the beginning of the line. I'll show you the code exact so you'll understand. So string equals to, I'll copy it this, and carriage return, the symbol is slash r. Okay, when I say slash, it's a backslash. Okay, so in short, I am saying slash. So let's take an example, slash rt, and I will print it. Okay. So here you will say what is it's not clearly understandable. So I'll explain you what's happening with the carriage return. Okay, now it will be more clear. Okay, character string with the new line. So what carriage return does? Let's count it the characters. To count it from the in Python we always count from the zero. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 characters it brings to the starting. So it overwrites. So let me count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and this one is avoided. So all these things comes like that. Character string with a new line, and this has been replaced. This is a string has been replaced with the word character, because what where we have used carriage return before character. What if you do like we do like this? Let me make it again clear. So it counts all the lines. Or let's take an example. These all whole lines are 15 characters. Okay, so these 15 characters from here are avoided. So this is carriage return. This uses mostly hardly when you want to overwrite something in a string. So we use carriage return. So it's not used as much, but yeah, you should know about it. Mostly use escape character sequences are new line, new tab, single quote string, double quoted, backspace. These are the 4 files that are uses most. Okay, sorry guys. Today also I'm not quite well, so now we'll talk about backslash. We have seen that we can use in Python we cannot use backslash directly. Let's take an example. What we will do first. Again, we will take this string. Okay, we will print it. See, you'll get an error invalid escape sequence. Okay, this string is printed, but you also get an error. So to avoid this error, what we will do, we will add one more backslash. Okay, when you add two backslashes, you get one. So in Python, we cannot you cannot use directly backslashes. Similarly, now if you want to use a single quote, so let's take an example. Um, you yeah, best example is I'll take this again and I'll create a small a equals to this is a string and I have written this code in a single string. Okay, so it's a valid variable, no doubt, but I have to highlight this line. So I uses sorry I and I want to highlight with a single quote only. So is it a right uh, correct variable? Is it a right way to write a string? No. So if you want a single quote, so there is a simply we will add backslash. So we'll print A and check. Okay. So now it's a valid string. Again, we can use another method also that is we'll use double quote over here. So we don't need to use extra thing. This will work properly. Yeah. But in case you cannot use double quote over here. Okay. So in that case, you can use slash to represent it. So I'll write it single quote. Now again, same you can do for double quote also. In a string, if you want double quote, so the simplest thing is that you write this in a triple quote and make it in sorry, double quote. It's a valid. Okay. If I print A, it will work. We get line in double quote. But let's take an example. Here only we are using double quote. Okay. So this is not, again, this is not valid. So at that time we can use simply slash, and yeah, we can print in it double quote. Okay. So this is one of the escape character. Now again, now we will see backspace. Yeah, backspace is also a good one. If we want a backspace, let's take in an example. We have a string over here, and this new line should be a single word. Okay. So what we will do, we will use slash b. Okay. We need a space obviously, because if it's a backspace, then the blue character will be wipe out. So yeah, now it's okay. So if you need a backspace, we use slash b. So there are multiple things like if you want vertical tab, we can do that. So let's take in an example. Let's check how many of escape character sequences in Python. So let me check the official Python logs. Yeah, yeah. These are all the escape character sequences available in Python, available in version that is more important 3.12.1. If you check in 3.1, so there might be some minor changes. So yeah, so we already talk about new line. We check backslash. We also check single quote. We also check double quote. That is execbel. We'll see it. This is backspace. We already seen. Form fit is something different. If I use it, you will not see the output. Okay. So this, okay, this new line we already checked. Carriage return we already checked. Slash T horizontal tab also check. Slash V is vertical tab. So with the command line you cannot see actually vertical tab. So I will not use it. Octal value is something not work. Hex value you can check. So you can try all this thing when you practice. So it's very easy. So the most common escape character sequences are new line, tab, backspace, single quote, double quote, this one, and backslash. These are the most common 4 or 5 things. Okay. So and there are more you can see. So you can also, there are use cases given over here. So you can, when you practice, you can check. Okay. So Now we will move to another topic in slicing, sorry, string, that is string slicing. Okay, so what is string slicing? So with string slicing, we can get the exact character what we want. So let's take in an example. We written a string that is a equals to hello world. Okay, but in print function we want only hello. Okay, so what we will do? Okay, let's go. We want only h. Okay, so what we will do? Print now a. So what will print function do? It will print full thing. But here again we will do a equals to a, and here we will tell it that print the first character only, that is zero. So I already said that in Python it starts from zero, whether it's a string or anything, it starts with zero. So this h is zero, and e is one, l is two. So what we get only h. So let me show you in diagrammatic format so you'll understand clearly. Mhm. Okay, so there is no paint. So let me explain you over here. Hello world. So now this h is zero. This e is one, l is two, 4. Now this space, you'll see there is a space. This space also counts, that is 5, because Python is a case sensitive, so everything counts. So let's take in an example. We want to access HELLO. Okay. So we want to access HELLO, that is hello. So it starts with 0. Okay, that is 0. We will use semicolon, and we want to access hello, that is 4. So we will write 5 because the last one is avoided. Okay, so let's print it. You will see hello. Now, what if I write 4 only? It will avoid. So let's count. Where is 4? 4 is on O. So it will avoid 4 and it will only provide print hell. So there is one more thing in string slicing you can do, that is string slicing also written in minus sign with minus also. So let's take in an example, and it counts in reverse way, that is D will be -1. Just a second, guys. Okay, same. This will be -1. Now this L will be -2, and so on, so on, so on. So if you have any task that says that print the last word of this string, so definitely what you will do, guys, you can mute your mics. Okay, thank you. So, what you have a question over there, and it says that print the last word of your string. So, yeah, simply instead of counting, so which one it came. So, what let's take an example. So, if there was no concept of this -1, -2, anything. So you need to count the last word. There is you simply counted 0, 1, 2, 3. What if there is a long page or something long essay? So how will we will count? It will take a folder. So that's why there is an option minus. Strings are counts in minus also. So that is -1. So it will print the last word. Let's check. See D. Similarly, if you want to print the second last character of a string, so that is L. Okay, so now there is one more thing in slicing. You can avoid the, so what if you write like this, what it will do, it will print all the characters of the string. So it starts with the 0. You tell the Python that print A, but starts with the 0. So it starts with the 0, but you didn't say where to stop. So it, what it will do, it will print all your characters. Okay. So let's take an example. You tell Python that print from L. Okay. Print from this L till end. So you know L, the the value of L is 2. Okay. So starts with 2 and print till end. See, it's LLO world. Now you have a specific requirement that print from L and end on O. Okay, so what we will do, to print O, we need another one that is fifth. So because the last one is avoided, so we'll print from 2 to 5. Yeah, we got LLO. So this is the string slicing, and yeah, it's very, very important. When you write code, you need a certain part. For example, I'll say that um you have a code, for example, like this. You have an Excel sheet, you can say. You have an Excel sheet and you want to print all the names in Excel sheet. Okay. So, yeah, there string slicing will work to print certain part of our data. So, string slicing use work mostly with datas, you can say. With datas, it will work most. So, now if you have another requirement, we'll check with this also. Uh, let's take an example. Let me write it fully so you will understand clearly. So now you want to print LLO but in a reverse way. Okay. So you know that it's L starts from -9. So simply -9 and O will be -7. Okay. So one mistake I have done, as I told you, the last character will be skip. So -6, we got LLO. Now you have more specific requirement that, let me erase this. It should start with D. Sorry, it should print from H but end till W. Okay, so we know that W is 6. So what we will do, we know that we have to start from the beginning. So we will not give any strict instruction. We will simply use semicolon and then we will write 6. 6 is W. So it will print hello space W. Oh, sorry, again, I forgot that it will be skipped. So yeah. So by this way, you can also do string slicing. So we'll check all the, I'll write down all the methods of string slicing. That is, one is A equals to A, 0 is to, first I'll write 0 only, that will print H hash output H. Okay. Now another one will be A equals to A. Now we want to print hello. So that is 0 to 5. Hello. Now we want to print from full. So let's take an example. We want to frame world to end. Okay, so what we will do, we'll write it 6 is to, we will leave it. So it will print world. Mm, Now we want something, it starts from W and it's end till world. Okay, so the slicing will be 10. Okay, it's already written over here. So the 7 characters is hello W. So these are the all methods of string slicing. It will work. Okay, write down -1 also. So that is A equals to A -1. It will print full hello world. -11 to same. It will print full hello world. Now, if you want to print, let's take an example, world. So yeah, -5 to, leave that. So it will print world. Yeah. These are the all string slicing, you can say. So it's a very easy. If you practice 1 or 2 times, you will understand all the things. So yeah, but it mostly works in data, and in future you can say that you work in a data. So you want to access some of the data from a sheet, or like you have a CRM, okay, and you have integrated an API, and you want to give an access to a client of particular data. So at that time, string slicing will work. So now we will see string methods. So this we have seen string slicing. Now we will see string methods. Let's take an example. I have written this code A equals to hello world, and with count I can understand the length of the hello world is 0 to 10. But if there is a full essay like this, hmm, let's take this one. So you cannot count. Okay, as a human, you'll say, what the rubbish thing is this? I have to count all these characters on. So yeah, in Python, there is a function called length. In short, it's a len function. So I'll tell you. So you have written your string A equals to len A. Okay. print A. On line number 54. Okay, mm, I made some mistakes on the string index out of range. Okay, -1. It cannot be -1. So see, we got the length of the string, that is 11. So we'll count it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last one is avoided. Okay, so it's totally string, it's 11. The last one is avoided. Similarly, there are more methods of string, that is the I'll write it. Now you have a code like this. Let me show you. It's hello world. Now you want to convert in uppercase, okay, or lowercase, you can say. For uppercase, I'll show you first. Right, I'll write hello world. Okay. Now this you want to convert in lowercase. So what we will do? We'll use a equals to a dot upper parenthesis. Now we will print a. Okay, sorry, it's already in upper. So we'll use first lowercase a dot lower. Now we'll print a. Say all are in lowercase. Similarly, let's take an example. Our a is in lowercase. So we will use a dot upper. Now all are in uppercase. We'll check concatenation. We already seen concatenation in last lecture, but we will see concatenation in this. So concatenation is, if I say simply, that is combining two strings or combining two word uh, data types, you can say. If both data types are same, for example, both data types are variable, so yeah, plus concatenation will work. If it's a string, so you have to use comma. So we will see all the methods. Okay, so see, a name equals to Afzal, and then age equals to 28. Okay, so if I print name plus age, last lecture also we have seen, it won't work because string, this is string, this is integer. To check, we can use type function print type bracket name. So if we want to check, So name is string, we already seen in last lecture, and the age is integer. Okay, so it cannot be concatenate. It will throw an error. Can only concatenate string, not integer. Okay, so what if it's the name is also an integer? It will work, but string and this integer won't work. So to avoid this issue, we can use comma. Now, these are the two different things. Print function will understand with this that these are the two different things, and I have to print it both. Okay. So now let's take an example. If we want to convert, the name will be should be in uppercase only, but we are seeing concatenation. So first we'll see that, then we will use another one. So with concatenation, so let's take an example. Um we'll use name, we will plus sign, and now we want to print age also. Okay, so sorry, now we want to print welcome. So let's take an example. What we will do, we'll write welcome in string, welcome, then we will use plus sign, then we will use name. Okay, so this is a valid print function. This is welcome. Observe, yeah, obviously there is no space. So what we'll do, we'll add one space. Okay. So by this way, we can use concatenation. Yeah. If both data types are, let's take an example. If what if both data types are string, name and my surname. So will it work? So the simple answer is check. But it won't work because I have to make another. Yeah. Yeah. If both data types are same, it will work. If they are different, it won't work. Okay. So now we will also check another method of string, that is format method. Format method, let's take an example, string format. So format is, and now most people use earlier. So there was a f string. Uh, Now most people use f string instead of format. Yeah, but format is also somewhere use formats. So you have let's avoid this. You have a print function. This is also, let's avoid this. You write print. Okay. No, right. What we will do, we will write full new code, that is formatted string equals to string code, that is my name is curly brace, then and I am curly brace years old. Okay. Then after that, use dot format. This is the dot format code, parenthesis. Now, sorry, my name, and my age. So if I print fs, um, so let's check. Yeah, my name is Afzal and I am 25. Sorry, I'm actually 28. So 28 years old. Okay, it's done. But what if we want to twist it? So yeah, we can twist it. So let's take in an example. So my if and string is written like this: my age is, and my my name. If I print like this, so it will be wrong. My age is Afzal and my name is 28. So it's wrong. So what we can do, we know that as I already said that in Python it starts with 0. So this is counts as a 0. After comma, this count as a 1. So here I can write 1. Here I can write 0. Okay. So let's check. My age is 28 and my name is Afzal. Okay. So this is the another way of formatting. So if you see Python code, you will find out dot format in everywhere. It still uses now, and it's a in Python 2. It's also working in Python 3 is also there. But now people using F string. We'll talk about F string when it comes. So now, okay. So this string format we also seen. Now we'll see about repetition. So what like taken an example, name is equals to Afzal, and you want to print Afzal 3 times. Okay, so what you will do? That is a simple in Python code. With this, you can print. If you want, you can say that you will multiply. Yeah, definitely you want to multiply it 3 times, so it will work. So rs, that is in short repeated string, equals to Afzal. After it, star 3. Print, sorry, rs. Yeah. So it's not you can use some decorations. So yeah, so that is repetition. But in some cases you want to repeat the same word every time, so you can use this repetition. So now another thing is membership test. Uh, so membership test is nothing but uh, find function, you can say. There is a find function in Python. You can use that find method to find, uh, let's take an example. There is an hello world and you want to find if there is a h in hello the string or not. Okay, so you can use find function, but I'll show you the easiest one, that is membership test. It will give you answer in true or false, that is in boolean. So let's take an example. You have a string ab equals to hello in is an inbuilt function. Okay, so it's not, see, here are string end. I've started string with double quote, written my string, then it's ended. Hello in, now again, world. Okay, so print AB. So what this code will do, it will check hello world in this string. If it's present, it will print true. If it's not, it will print false. Say true. As I said, Python is case sensitive. If I write smaller, it will print false. Okay, so this is the membership test which gives output in true or false. Now, guys, we will the interesting thing we will see, that is string conversion. Okay, so uh, we already seen concatenation. I'll write the same thing. Name equals to my name, then age equals to 28. If I use same print function, name plus age, yeah, definitely this will give error. But if something I able to convert it into string, this is, we know that this is integer, but this can be converted in string and vice versa. So to convert it, simply the function is string. Now this age is converted in string. You'll see variable age is a string. This is also understand string. Okay, so let's print it. See, it won't give any error. Because why? Because the age is converted in string. It's not integer anymore. Okay. Same we can do for float also. So this is, we know that this is a floating point. Okay. But it's converted in string. So it won't, I'll add a space so it will look more tidy. Okay. So it won't give error because it's converted. Can I convert? So when I say conversion, let me write out. When I say conversion, Python tries to convert the given data type in the provided already present data type in the given instruction with given instruction. Let's take an example. Age was integer. Okay, so it tries to convert in string, but Python doesn't give guarantee whether it will be 100% successfully able to convert it or not. Let's take an example. This I have written in string. Can it be converted in integer? Okay, let's remove all this and I'll print name. Say name error, name Afzal is not defined. Okay, we'll define it and we'll check. Invalid literal for int with base 10 Afzal. It's a value error. That means Afzal cannot be converted in integer. Okay, so Python tries to convert it, but it doesn't give guarantee that it will 100% convert. So always remember, when you try conversion, when you are converting anything, it's Python tries. So we check Today we talk about strings, and almost we have done it. We seen strings can be in single quote, double quote, and multi-line string, that is triple quote. Okay. So in strings we can use escape character sequences. Most popular escape character sequences are new line, tabs. This not the popular one. The backslash, single quote, double quote. You can say backspace. Then we saw string slicing, that if you want a particular character from a string, we can use a string slicing method. Then we go through about string methods, and now these are the not full. These are the 4 5 which I have shown you, but yeah, there are more string methods we will see after this. Then we see string conversion. Uh, because why string topic is more important, because string is the thing that you will see everywhere. If you see any of the Python code, you will see strings over there. So string you should know very very carefully. You should understand it. So after this, we what we will do, we will talk about last our topic, string methods fully. So first string method is capitalize method. So with the name you understand that it will capitalize the string. Let me copy it and show you. So we understand that A is the hello. Sorry, let me make it small. So what I'll do, A equals to A dot capitalize. Okay, now it's done. I'll print A. It will capitalize the first. But if here you can see that there is a problem. It's not capitalizing all the words. Okay, so if you see over your W, it's not capitalized. So there is a problem with string methods. For this, we have to uh, use loops. While loop, you can say that we will see in for loop and while loop class, not now. But yeah, with the capitalize function, it will capitalize the first character only. Okay, not the full sentence. You can say not every word in the string. This is the drawback and this is the benefit also. But if in a where we say in a, let's take an example, you have a one page paragraph, or so you can just take another example that you have a 5 lines paragraph and the first word you want to capitalize, so there it will work perfectly. Okay, now another one is, you can say that is case fold. Case fold, you already understood what's the let's take an example, you have hello world. Okay, see, all are small. With case fold, yeah, it converts all the capital character of a string into a small, okay, smaller case. So with case fold works perfectly. This is the problem with the capitalize only. In if you use capitalize, it will capital the first word only, okay, first character only, sorry. Now we already seen upper and lower. Let's check. Upper will convert all to the uppercase. With lowercase, you can see that it will convert all the characters to lowercase. Guys, I'll give you all the answers after this. So uh, now uppercase, lowercase we have seen. Now another thing is the mm, count method. Yeah. So with count method, I have to change the this. So let's take an example. We have let's take an example of fruit. Yeah, apple, mango, banana, and grape. Okay. So a dot count apple. Okay, let me add apple one more time. Okay, so it will count apple in the string. So apple is two times. Yeah. Okay. So again, I'll say it's a case sensitive. If you write like this, okay. So Python is a case sensitive. Always remember Python is case sensitive. With loops, you can avoid this issue, but that we will understand in loops lecture, not now. So now with count function, we can expand its probability. That is, we use see, here only you can understand that it's a starts function, supports starts and end function. So what if I want to start it from 5? Let's take an example 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many apples will be counted? Let's check. So it will avoid this first thing, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will avoid this and then it will start counting from here. Space, then mango. So it should come 1. Okay. So we can give instructions to the our code that you should start counting from this part. And we can also make it like start from fifth and end till 10. Okay, in between you count apples, so the output should come 0. Yeah. Because so 10 maybe over here it will end, and in mango there is no apple, so the count will be 0. So this is the count function. Now uh, after this popular methods will be hmm, find. Yeah, actually we are discussing about find, so we'll talk about find. So instead of this, I'll use find method, and I'll remove all these things. Okay, so let's check. 0. Could you please, guys, tell me why it's given me error 0? It should print. So why it's given me error? Can anybody guess? So, okay, let me tell you. Because a he is taking as an integer. If you see over here, you can say a equals to int. I don't know why it's taking, because if you see, so might be I have written a over here or something at, so that can be a problem. So what we will do, we will use another, that is abc equals to a find apple. It should work now. Okay, So anyway, I need to modify over here also because find function doesn't working with the same variable. So what we'll do, use XYZ. Oh, okay. So um, guys, think we're doing some mistake. I don't know. I'll check this find function. I'll tell you what because it should work like this only.
Yeah, it's working for me. I am also doing it parallelly. So it's working for me. I'm getting answer is one.
Okay, so I guess might be due to this above codes, it's not taking it. So I'll check one more. What we'll do, we'll use. We already created test one, and we'll test over here. So let's check. I don't know why. What's the problem with my VS Code? It should give me answer one. I don't know why it's doing like. But yeah, I'll show you the problem with the find. That's why I've written the function. The problem is that if I have a like this, so it will generate an error. Okay, looks like find function not working with my VS Code. So I'll avoid this. We'll talk about later on. So leave this. So with find function, we have all different methods also. That is rfind. Rfind does the last occurrence of the which value which you are finding. That means like if it's apple, it will find the last occurrence. That is this one. Let's check if it's work. Okay, so we'll avoid the find function right now. So yeah, we'll check replace method ends. Okay, so I'll create a what I'll do is I'll do over here. So I'll for replace first of all we'll create a variable that is abc equals to hello world. Okay, now we will use abc equals to abc dot sorry, replace. Now we what we want to replace with what, that is hello will replace with capital H, capital hello. So print abc. Okay, so this is taking as a single string. What we'll do, we'll add a comma, so now it's separated. Okay, so it's converted H with capital H. Okay, so this replace method works. Again, last time I'll try find function over here. I'll check this and I'll get back to you again, guys. Why it's not working. So now another method is ends with. Simply we'll check if this string ends with the hello word or not. So we understood that it's and end with the word. So it should provide false. Yeah. Okay. It's providing false. It's correct. If we check world, so it should provide true. Yeah. Okay, it's right. So ends with works when you want to find out that this particular string with ends with this particular word or not. Okay. Sorry, guys. So now we will use strip function method. Sorry, strip method. Strip. What strip function does? It will separate all the string words and it will make it in list. So we don't know about list right now. Yeah, but next lecture we'll understand or list and tuple. So for example, just now just see the code what strip function do, it will change it into different, but here it's not showing. Let me add some argument. So it should be via comma. Okay. So uh, again, it's not working. Okay. So the problem is that uh, here we given the instruction whenever you find comma, so split it. Okay. So now the problem is here in our string there is no comma. If we add comma over here, it will work. No. Again there is a problem with the code strip function. Um, I guess just a second, guys. Let me check it again. It should work. Uh, Not working. So I guess the problem is that with the Python version. So strip function in Python 3.12 strip. Okay. So I was doing a mistake. I understand now. What strip function does, it will avoid, actually that was a split and I was doing mistake. Let me tell you. Actually that was a split function. Sorry. So that's why it's giving error. Yeah. Now split function does, it converted a string into list. Now what is this? This is a list. If we want to check type of XYZ, say it's a class list. And what was ABC? ABC was a string. So yeah, with split function you are doing conversion also, string conversion also, string is converted into list. If you check ABC, ABC was a string. Now ABC was converted into list with split function. Now let's talk about strip. What strip function does, it will erase all your spaces given in the this. given in this string. So let's take an example. These are the spaces. If you check dogs, you'll understand that these are the spaces, extra spaces. Let's take an, these are the four spaces over here, four spaces. With strip function, it removes all the spaces. So let's take an example. Uh, so, sorry. Let me print it. Okay, so it's removed all these spaces. If you want to confirm it, you can confirm via length method. So what we'll do, we will use ABC equals to, sorry, len ABC. Okay, so we'll print ABC. Now it's done. So remove this. Okay, so avoid this error. The length of the ABC is 18. So its total characters are 18. Now I have used strip function, and with strip function I'll print XYZ. So ABC strip not working. Actually I have to remove this from over here. Uh, okay, so I have to remove this also. Then it should work. Yeah. So now we'll check the length of ABC, that is after stripping. So length XYZ, it's 12. So all the commas I will count it, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 spaces was released. Now it's 12. Before that it was 12. This one is 12. Now with strip function method, we remove all the extra spaces. So we already seen split method. So we don't need split convert strings into list. Now we will see join methods. So let's take an example. You created a list. So okay. So you don't know about list. So let's take an example. You created list, that is apple, banana, mango. Okay. But you forget to add. But you want to add one more fruit, that is grape. So you can use join method, fruits equals to comma dot join. Before that, let's take an example. You want to add comma. Okay, so the output should be apple, comma banana, comma mango. So print fruits. Okay. So what join function method does? It will join all your codes and to add what we say grape. So there is a function called append, but we'll see later on. in list and tuples classes, not now. So for join function, what does it will join all the string list. So now we will see the center method. So let's take an example. There is abc equals to hello world. Okay. So center equals to abc dot center and parenthesis. But it won't work here because it's not a Word document or something like that you are making center. Okay, for center because it starts from 0. Let's take an example. The length of this total string is 10. So 10 is the full area of this string. So you cannot center it. So uh, you can give instruction to code that it should the total length will be 20, comma. So by this the length will be 20. Now fill with the star or any character you want. Take an example that we are doing this. So yeah, definitely we have to add in the code. So it will do print center. Okay, so now it's center. If we use spaces, it will take space. Yeah, this one is the space. So it will be in actually it's in center. Now let's take an example. We'll confirm with the length method. Okay, so length method always works. So uh, abc equals to length abc, print abc. Okay, so now we will comment all this. Control slash will comment all this instantly. If you want to comment full code, simply type control slash s, and if you're using Mac, then cmd and slash. So length is 11. After this code, we'll check length also. Okay, so the length is 20 now because we given instruction 20 and we said that the empty fields will be filled with the spaces. Okay, by this way center method works. So it works where there is a string that you want to show in the center. So that time we'll use the center method. So it will the string will looks tidy. So there are also more string methods if we go to the official website. So always refer Python original docs, and if you didn't understand, then you can Google it. But always refer Python official docs and select your version. If you're using 3.11, select 3.11 because there will be minor changes in every Python doc. So if you're using 3.12, you have to follow the 3.12 docs. So I'll check methods, string methods. So yeah, capitalize, case fold, center. Just now we talk about count, encode. You can say there is a string method. You can type ends with. We already check expand tabs. Yeah, that is the tab size we are saying. So we'll check it right now. You'll understand. So you have a code. Let's take an example. Hello world, how are you? Okay, so now if you use \t print abc, um, then you will see some spaces are added. By default, there will be four space contains one tab. But what if you want to increase the tab size? Okay, so we will write abc equals to abc dot tab sorry, expand tabs bracket. Okay, so if I write this or this, it will be both same. There will be no difference. Okay, but if I mention over here that tab size should be 8, then check. Tab size should be 4. Let's take an example 2. I don't know, 2 it will take or not, because yeah, it will take 2. Okay, so the tab size is 2. So you can customize tab size. So if you keep this as a by default, it will take 4. And if you want to customize tab size, you can customize. Now, uh, format method. So I already we seen it. So now let's take here only. If we dot find, we already see it's not working in my. So I'll avoid this. I'll check what's the problem with why it's not working. So dot format, we already see format mapping. So okay, so this is something different. We'll see when we have a class oops lecture, that is object oriented programming, not now. Okay, is a number, is alphabet. Okay, we'll check this. So there are lots of methods. So if we work on every method, it will take around 4 to 5 hours. So yeah, we'll r find, r index, partition, split. We already said r split is something that it will split. R strip is also given. You can check. You can try it when you will practice. So upper we already seen. So we come to again string method, and let me check. Format we already have seen. Format map we will see in oops method. Okay, so we were here. Is all numeric. That means the in Python it's written is, we read is like is al means all numeric. So it will generally give you in true or false. Let me show you. Okay, if you print, it will give output as a true or false, I guess. So false, because all are characters. There is no um, digits. So if I write like this, it should give answer true because it's an integer. Oh, sorry, it's a alphabet. Is alphabet. I copied the wrong thing and I was doing okay. Okay. I understood what mistake I have done. It's not work like this. Print, then is all num. So it should give output true. It should give answer as okay. What we'll do, we'll go and we'll check how it's work. Yeah, it's the correct. Let me restart my VS Code. Okay, we'll okay. What we'll do first, we will check hello. So it should print a dot is all. Okay, now it's working. It's all alpha. So okay. So it's true, but it will not give you answer in straight. So yeah, it's correct one. Okay. So now if we check is all num, that is numeric, so it should give an error. It will be false. Okay. So sorry. Now it will work. Mm, it should give answer as false. I don't know. It's a malfunction because A is a string. And here we have mentioned that it should be the above value should be integer, so that's why it give answer. But now it's giving true. So why it's giving it true? So let's check in again. it should giving me false. Okay, it's correct because the numbers are not alphabet, they are numeric values. So it's correct. The answer should be false. But if I type hello, the answer should be true. The answer should be true because all are alphabets. True. Okay. So if okay, I understand. It works with only, sorry, guys, I made a mistake. It works only with this string, not with the other data type. So if it's a hello 3, let's take an example of Python 3. It won't work. So this function only works when the variable is a string. Okay. So with this, we have written Python 3. So we know that there is alphabet and numeric value. Here we tell the Python to print if it's only alphabet. So we know that there is a numeric value also. So the answer should be false. Yeah. Okay. So again, there is a for digit, there is a function is digit. It will find out there is a digit. If yes, true. If we write like H, it should be false. Okay. Yeah. Now, there is also one more thing I want to show you. It should work like this also. Let me check. A dot is digit. Okay. It should work like this. Yeah. Okay. So now next we will check what if we want to check inline only. Earlier we see dot upper, that is converting giving, but if we want to check in print function only, that is this a lower, let's take an example, hello world. Okay, so we want to check in the print function only if this is a lowercase or not. So a dot is, you will see all the print given functions is lower. Okay, so it will check and give you answer in boolean, that is true or false. Sorry guys, I have to mention parenthesis. Yeah, false because it's not. So uh, to check, we can use this. Now we know that all are in lowercase. We'll check. The answer is true. Same we can use for is upper, is lower. Now, if you want to check is there any space or what, we can also use is space. Now output should be true or false. So again, why it's now counting space? The code is right. Let me check it another way. So okay, it works only with extra escape character sequences. Okay, so it works with only escape character sequences, not with the same thing. So if we write, it will work. So now again, if there is a title or something, so we can check. So If you want to check the given string is a title or not, so let's take an example. This is a title, okay, but this will produce as false, and we need to capital each word, each. So is title, it should give answer as true, and if we make small, it should give false. Yeah. If you want to check if a string is all, if the string words are title, capital first word is capital or not, we will use is title. Now there are so many is decimal or identifier. You can try all these things. Join we already seen, lower we already seen. So I don't think so. We need to tell you more or something. So yeah, it's right now. We have completed all the strings functions. Let me see if we can. Just a second, guys. Let me check if I there is on anything more we want to uh, practice or not today. So we already talk about string. Yeah, that is done. Escape character sequences we understand. So one more thing. So is this the 100% I have teach? It's not the 100%. It's, you can say it's a 10% only. Okay, because if you talk about string methods, there are lots of things. We already seen there are more than, we can say, 50 string methods. So yeah, the 100% we haven't covered, but the methods which are used in day-to-day codes, we have covered all those things. Okay, so if you want to practice all, I'll recommend you that go to Python official docs and then practice all. For example, you go methods, you'll see string methods. You practice all, so you'll understand each and every string methods, but the one which I have shown you are the popular ones. Okay, that comes in your when you start your coding work, you will see that these are the methods that will be used mostly. So now we will talk about the questions that has been asked in meetings. Let me check. How come this Pontem have a question? How come this hello world A equals to 0? Print A give me results, does it? Okay, so let me copy your question and I'll answer it. So you have a Pontem, you have a question like this. Okay. Um, shouldn't give an error because it's correct. A equals to A. Yeah, it should give answer as H. Yeah, it's working. So what's the problem? If you have any specific error, you can share in the group. I'll solve it. So now your question is, why do we use uh, brackets instead of parentheses? So this is something I cannot give you the answer because this is the Python function. So if you use like this, it will be it would be different. Okay. See, you can see error is object is not callable. So callable function only used with this brackets, square brackets. Okay. So guys, if you have any queries, you can ask me. I'll solve it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we will I've give I've shared 2 3 tasks in the group. So let me give you the solution over here. See, the task was meant on the lectures only. Okay, so I can see that some people used mm, list. Let me open it. Just give me 1 minute. Let me open it task and I'll show you. So I haven't taught uh, on this what we say on list. So you cannot use list because we haven't go on list things. Okay, so the code should be more simpler. Let me open the question. So the question was like this. So I haven't teach you the format method, so you should ask that what's the format method. So I guess it was a copy paste from the net or from ChatGPT. Um, might be some having a good knowledge, so they have solved it. But so take 3 numbers as an input, so it should be. Let's take an example. Num1 equals to. So one more thing, you can use integer, for example, input enter num1. Okay, we can use integer, so it will be like this. But why instead of integer we will use float? Why? Because if our input is like let's take an example, print num1. Okay, so if the numbers are in floating point. Let's take an example 10.12. It will give an error. So always when it's not mentioned, it's better that use float. If you use float, okay. So if you use float and then if you have a that 10.12, it will not give you error. But again, if you have integer value, it will not give error because it will convert it into float. Okay. So it's better to use floating point. It depends on your input value. What will be if it's a fixed input value, that is it's always be integer, then you can use int. But if you don't know that it should be integer or like the value will be what if say here I have seen that uh, let's take an example. Let's take 3 numbers as input from the users, uh, and these numbers will be marks. So marks, that is definitely can be in decimal. So that time it will be an error if you use fixed integer value. So always use float. I'll do quickly number. So num2, num3. Okay. Then first, then I have said that identifies the large and smallest numbers among them. So we will use function minimum, maximum. So some users have created over here list. Okay. So they have done that my list equals to list, that is num1 comma num2 comma num3. So that is, I guess, if those who knows Python, to those who already done beginner course from anywhere, So they know that they can achieve the task from list, but I haven't said about list. We haven't talked about list right now. So instead of list, we should use we should avoid it simply if I say. So we'll use small equals to minimum bracket, then num1, num2, num3. So what minimum what will do, it will find out the minimum number. Same we'll use for maximum. Then this is the done. Now this third part is the average. So average equals to num1 plus num2 plus num3 divide by 3. Then we will use print function smallest. Same we will do for largest. Average. So now input I will take as 10, 20 dot 00, 30. So we know that smallest will be 10, largest will be 30, and the average is 20 because 60 divided by 3 will be 20. Okay, so this is the exact correct answer of my question. Okay, you can use list, that is no issue, but we haven't talked about list right now. So I guess the answer was copied from ChatGPT. So no worries, but you tried. This is the most good thing for me that you have tried. Okay, so what we'll talk about the second question that I have given. Calculate area of a rectangle. So I'll copy paste the task. Sorry guys. Okay. So already I have given you the formula, so it's a very easy task. So let's take an example. Again here it's taken. We will use float because area of a rectangle can in it can be in digits. So uh, sorry, we'll use num1 equals to input, enter length. Okay, so we need to convert it into float. Second, we have to take num2, and we'll change it into a length. Now we will write formula. So yeah, we can use the print function also, but that was again, I haven't teach you till day 3 class. So instead of I have given you the exact formula, so we need to use this. So it should be area of a rectangle, or area of a rectangle equals to length, sorry, length, breadth. Okay. So print AOAR. Okay. So this should be the exact answer. That's why I have given you the exact formula. Okay. So take length as 54.56 and breadth will be 12. Okay. So the well answer. Okay. So this was the answer. So okay. So now we have successfully completed our day 3 with Python. Now, if you have any doubts right now, you can ask, guys. And I'll say, if you didn't understand, yeah, using AI tools is good. I don't, uh, I don't say that it's bad, but I'll say that if you use your skills more, that because I won't ask questions, uh, I will not ask questions beyond this lecture. Okay, so the question which I'll give you, that will be related to the 2 days classes. Okay, so now if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, so no doubts. That means you understand all the things very well. I'll say practice again string tags, because it's very important. String is something that you will use in your day-to-day life. Slicing, you can say string method is the most important thing. Okay, so please try all these string methods. Use official Python. And there you will find each and every string methods. Okay, so let me give you this. So, okay, the question was, why do we have to always use float when float is for decimal? Even when we are talking of integers, we use float. For example, num this. Why not num1 int? Okay, so yeah, you can use integer also, no issues. You can use float also, no issues. But I haven't mentioned. If we actually, I haven't mentioned in the question that it should be a particular integer uploaded. So if you are using integer, it's correct. But think about the future. Like for example, you build a real application where you don't know the input, what will be the input. Let's take an example. You build a calculator, okay, in Python. You build a calculator, and there you mention num1. So num1 equals to int, then input, then enter number. Okay, I'm talking about the real application. Okay, so I'm talking about the real application. So a user downloaded your calculator in Windows or no, and he want to use addition. Okay, let's take an example. Num2 will be same int enter number again, and in print function what I have done, num1 plus num2. Okay, so you built an application, you built calculator, and you publish it on Windows Store. Now one of the user downloaded, and what you have done here, you have used int. Let me add decoration so it will look tidy. Okay. Now user, where if your input is 10 and 10, it works. But now user want to use your addition, and now the input is 10.12. Okay. It will give you the error. So this means there was a bug in your code. Now you will try to fix it, and you understand that the input can be anything. So what you'll use like you release your calculator version 1.1, and in that you change input into float. Now if you run same, let's take an example 10.12 and 10. The answer is 20.11, or and this is okay. So now it will not give you error. So that's why you should use float. Okay, hope it's a clear to you. So it's depend. So it's not like you cannot use integer and float. The thing is that you have to think for future. When you're building an application, you have to think 10 years later, will this work? Five, no, don't think 10 years. Think that for 2 years only or for 1 years only, that it will work for 1 year also. That if you use integer, and now if any user input was in decimal, so it will break your application. So this can be a negative in production. So that's why you use your codes very wisely. I hope you guys get it.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it very well, but there is one thing that I wanted to know. It's
Yeah.
like if you maybe put num1 to be entered as an integer, is there another way of maybe when the user entered an integer value and it have to be converted maybe to a float value?
Yeah, sure, sure. That is
I
the
mean,
very, very interesting question, guys. I'll say, and I'll first of all, I'll be very, very, very thank you that you asked this question. Yeah. So you can convert it, guys. So now you know that let's take this way. Okay. Uh, let's take this way first. Okay. You build an calculator. Now you know that input is always string. If the application is calculator, you know that it should be converted in uh, integer. So num1 equals to int num1. Okay, same you do for num2. Now if we print num1 plus num2, the code will work. So this is the first release of your version, that is 10 plus 10. Okay, it's working. Now suddenly you find that users that input value can be in decimal also, that is 10.12 plus 10.12. Okay, so you understand that it's a breaking, so you can convert it. Now it should be num1 equals to float num1. Okay, so here you converting from first. I'll explain you. Just let me complete it. Then I'll explain you. So now 10.12, 10.12. Let me check. We cannot use same variables so much more time, so that's why it should give like now it should work. So num1 int. So the problem now to convert it in float, it should, I think that it should be now num3 and num4. So num1 is in string, it converted into integer, and this was now it's converted into num3 as an integer. Now num5 is num3, which is num3 is integer and converted into float. Okay, so num6 will be num4 and num4, and num4 was integer converted from string, that is num2. So let's check if it's work or not. If not, then we'd have to avoid this. Okay, so we cannot use like this. So instead of this, what we will do, we will use here float, and we'll check num3 and num4. Yeah, it's work. We cannot convert with so many times, so that's why it was giving error. So we convert it into string to float, or string to integer. Okay, so yeah, by this way we can do it. If you have guys any more queries, yeah, you can ask. So I hope today's lecture is clear to all. So thank you. Bye bye.